Yay!
Our very first Teams call. And it's just the two of us. So we're going to do a little quick power hour. I don't know if it'll be a whole hour. It might be 15 minutes. But anyways, so I've got my notes here. A little Google Doc opened up. So we're going to talk about everything from the warm market versus your cold market, Facebook versus Instagram, and tracking conversations, friends, all that kind of stuff. So people are constantly, whenever I say, you'd be a great coach, or have you ever thought of inviting anybody and doing what I do? They're always like, well, I just don't know who I would invite. And I'm like, okay, how did Kelly and I meet? Instagram.
Yeah.
Perfect strangers.
Just stalking.
Yes. And how did you get to know me? It was through my stories, right?
Yes. I watched all of your stories.
If it was just a post and the only thing I put in my stories was just like a selfie and said I finished my workout, you wouldn't know anything about me.
Yeah.
So that's why, like yesterday during the Super Bowl, you guys there was a bird in the house and you guys are checking this bird down. Well, that gets strangers that are following you to laugh and to engage with your story and to comment on it. And that's how we make connections with people.
Yeah.
Not just by saying, oh, it's another Beachbody coach. So those stories are like gold. Like I did not work out today, but yesterday I did a 10-minute core routine. So I saved it and I posted it this morning because I knew I didn't have anything to post this morning because I was working, it was going to be crummy. So I made sure I posted that. And then I posted the stupid cat popcorn because people tend to like him.
I love popcorn.
He's a real problem, but all kinds of people were loving on stupid little popcorn because I put him on my story. But yeah, making connections through Instagram stories is huge. But warm market versus cold market. So when we first sign up as a coach, of course, we invite our best friends and we make a big, like coming out post. Hey, everybody, guess what? I'm, doing this brand new program. You can join me. In those first few months, you've already tapped into your warm market. And then within, like 6 months, you're like, well, I'm out of people. Now what do I do? Well, girlfriend, that's when we tap into our cold market. So that's when we start sending Facebook friend requests to mutual friends in common. So now when I see somebody that I send a Facebook friend request to, first I look and I see like Sarah and I have like 65 mutual friends in common. At this point, I've not even met the 65 mutual friends, but they think that we must have met somewhere. So she accepts my invite. And once she has accepted my invite, I track it. I have a 3-ring binder that I literally have Facebook invites, Instagram invites, I have sales, I have earnings, I have my little diamond picture of active coaches here and there. So I track everything. But we send that friend Facebook request. If they accept your friend request, what you do is you go back to their page once they've accepted it and you like a couple of their posts, and you can even comment on one and be like, oh my goodness, you took your kids to the zoo. Mine haven't been forever. You just make friends with them. You can later, not the same day because it's a little creepy, write their name down. And then later on, you can reach out to them and you can just be like, hey, Sarah, not sure if we've ever met or not, but we have a ton of mutual friends in common. I see you work at such and such. I've never been there. Like, what type of clothing do they sell? Or like, what do you have to offer there? Basically, you're just making connections, making friends. But if you're scrolling through and you see somebody that you are just like, meh, does not look like somebody I would want to be friends with, don't send the request, because we're looking for people that we actually connect with and want to be friends with. So basically, that's Facebook. Jot down their name, reach out to them later. What we're really going to talk about today is Instagram and finding people to connect with. So let me look at my notes here because I told you guys I'm tired. Again, we want to find somebody that we are like genuinely could be friends with. So if you find somebody on Instagram and you look through their page, and let's say, like, I have a girl that I've been following on Instagram for probably a year, and the other day she was posting anti-Christian stuff. And I was like, that hit me. So I was just like, bye. It didn't hurt my feelings. I just unfriended her. I went back to my notes and I just erased her name. I was like, if she doesn't believe in God, she's just not my people.
Yeah.
That's my personal preference. Other people that are not very religious, it might not bother you. If, say, you're very into politics and somebody's bashing the guy that you were running for. I had tons of friends that were bashing my guy, and it was okay. But if you are hard, and you see them bashing your president, then no, maybe don't send them a friend request. Maybe don't reach out and say, hey, I think we should be great friends. Just pass, Also, Beachbody is available in the US, UK, and Canada. So if you find somebody on Instagram and they look like they're from down under or Israel, or you can be friends with them. Yeah, they're not going to be a customer though. So how do we find these people on Instagram? So I gave Stephanie and Tara, actually, I wrote this in a little coaches group, and Stephanie and Tara both commented with some things that they have interests in. And this is how we find people. So Tara, for example, she said, and she kept it real, things I'm interested in: friendships, traveling, fashion, shopping, eating, and drinking. So I did a quick search for hashtags to find people. And I was like, okay, hashtag foodie, foodies, foodie life, hashtag happy hour, cocktails with friends. Those are just some examples. She could also do she could look at fashion, designer clothing, stuff like that. If she were to type in just a particular brand, she may just get people that are selling it. And then Stephanie, for example, she said being a mom, cooking, gardening, reality TV, exercising. So I said hashtags that she could include in her posts would be like hashtag mom of four, my big family, family eats. She also said reality TV. So I remembered somebody saying one time that they loved The Bachelor, and they actually found the show on there, the actual Bachelor show on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And then they would look at one of the posts and they would see the people that liked the post.
Oh, yeah. That's smart.
Yes. So that's something that you could do. If it's a TV show that you really like, you could look and see who's liking it. But you might get people from God knows where. So that's a tough one. Somebody else one time said that they looked under the hashtag for, and this is probably no longer, but she used the hashtag women for Trump. So I was like, okay, at least you're getting people that are probably in America.
Yeah.
So that was
surprisingly that hashtag does still exist.
Okay, I think it probably does. I didn't know if that. And you might get somebody that's so crazy that that's the only thing they post about. And if you look at their page, you might just be like, okay, maybe a little too much politics for my liking. Yeah. But those are examples of things you could look under. Hashtags for her to find people. Mom of boys. I know she has a girl, Stephanie, but mom of boys, mom of four. A lot of those are taken up by coaches. Lots and lots of Beachbody coaches. But this is what we are going to do. So we're going to go to Instagram here in a second. Let me see if I have any more notes to look at. Okay. So we're going to go to Instagram and we're going to try to connect with some people. Let me read minutes real quick and make sure I don't miss anything. Okay. I'm just going to go for it. Okay, so let's go to Instagram, and we're going to go to the little, if you're at your home screen and you see the little magnifying glass on the bottom, and then you're going to click at the top, and then you're going to click on tags. So I'm going to, for example, and this is not the best hashtag to find people under, but this is one that I was doing. State parks is where I was looking. Don't steal my hashtag, but we are a state park family. Everybody in our family seems to be like superintendents and have the degrees in forestry and everything. But I'm going to do that for this example. Unfortunately, state parks are free, so you get a lot of people that don't have a lot of money on this particular one. But let's say I type in state parks at the very top under tags, and then I click on it. Once you open that up, you're going to see top and you're going to see recent. So you want to click on recent. You don't want the top ones because those are just the most popular people that are like photographers. So we go to recent, and then you're going to see your little display of posts. And it takes time and it takes work. But what I do is when my husband's watching a boring TV show at night, I will just sit there and I will just click and I'll say, okay, Lost Dutchman State Park. I will click on the tag. I will zoom in and see where it's at. Oh, it's somewhere in Arizona. Okay, they're an American. I look at their profile. Oh, it's called Post Hike Donuts. So it's a donut shop. So probably not. They're promoting the business. So I'll go back. But then what I do is eventually I will find, and I'm not going to take up your time, but let's just say I found another one. This one's Joshua. It's a dude, so I'm not interested. Sorry, Joshua. But let's say Joshua was Joshina. Let's say it was a girl. And let's say she's like from California and I'm interested in making a connection with her. So what I will do is I will scroll through the page and I'll say, okay, and I'll find several of the pictures and I'll basically just kind of stalk her and see if she looks like somebody I could be friends with, or if she looks like somebody that I really just don't even like just by looking at her profile. And then what I do is I will like several of her posts. I will go to one of them and I will comment and I will say, wow, okay, this person's in New York, upstate New York. I will say, wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. I have been to upstate New York several times. I have family there. What a beautiful park. I'll have to go visit sometime. You just make a little comment and just say how beautiful it is. And then what I do is I go back to their main profile page and I follow them, and then I do a screenshot on my phone. So the reason I do a screenshot on my phone is so that later when I'm not sitting in front of the TV, I can go back to my binder and I can write down their information. So I have their information written down because I know that I'm following them. And then later, even if they don't follow me back, I will send them a message. And the message might just be like, hi, Katie. This is my message I have here. It's not about state parks, but hi, Katie. I hope it's okay that I pop in and say hi and introduce myself. I'm Heather from cold, snowy West Virginia. I'm not sure how I found you on here, but I see that you're on quite the health and fitness journey. Keep sharing your journey. You just never know who you're going to inspire. Anyway, looking forward to following your journey on here. Where are you from? So just friendly, nothing to, well, that one was to do with health and fitness because that's what she was posting about. But like the state parks, I could have just said, oh, wow, my family loves state parks too. You know, my husband is in forestry and we travel and stay at state parks all the time. I've never been to this one. Tell me more about it. You know, do you guys hike there? We love hiking, you know, just make a connection. If they message you back, some people will just never comment. Some people will never even look at your message, but then you go back to your little binder again. And these people, I have them all in pencil because I might want to erase them later. I don't know if you can see, it's probably too dark. You see it? So all of those, I just started following in the past couple of weeks, all brand new people. And if they respond back to me, then I just wrote little notes like Arkansas, her name is Megan, she's friendly. Brittany from Philly, friendly. Karen from Texas, friendly. Some of them are blank because I never even responded back. But then I'm making connections. So it's all about making connections, making friends, and hopefully they start following your journey on there and they, watch your story, they see what you're all about, and then maybe another couple of weeks you reach out to them again, or maybe you look at their story, maybe they post something and you go, oh my God, that looks delicious. Recipe, please. Or, oh, I wish we had a Trader Joe's in my area, just small talk. And then later down the road, maybe 6 months from now, that's when you reach out and say, hey girl, not sure if this is something you'd be interested in or not, but my team and I are getting ready to start a brand new program. Not sure if you've ever heard of Shaun T, but he's kind of a freak. It's going to be a dance workout. Thank goodness it's in the privacy of our own homes. Ha, ha, ha. But we do this in a private environment, a private community full of women, and didn't know if that would be something that you'd be interested in more details. So anyways, what I did when I first started coaching, Melanie Metro, top coach in the business, told us over and over again, make friendships, don't just send cold invites. I didn't have time for that because I wanted to sign people up quick. So what I did was in my first few months of coaching, sent out about 500 invites, cold invites, never even messaged a person ever before. They accepted my friend request, and I just said, hey girl, we got a brand new program. I run a private group. This is the cost. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. I look back at it, and I ruined my chance with like all those people. I did have a lot of people say yes and ask for more information, but 85% of them would never answer any of my messages later because I just screwed up big time. So I learned my lesson there. So make connections, make friendships, and then do the inviting later. But the little Instagram paper that I have here, I told you I do those in pencil. And then Facebook's a little bit more permanent. I feel like people don't just delete you or unfollow you like they do. So I have that in pen. Whenever I have a new Facebook friend, I will write it. I don't have all of them because I go through my notes quite a bit and I'll trash stuff. If I've invited and they don't answer, I'll just start over. But I'll write their name down. And then whenever we start a conversation, I'll write notes next to it just to say 4 kids, private school, 1 in college, little things so that I can remember to go back and follow up on those conversations. But what I was hoping we were going to do here was like a crazy power hour and just sit down and start sending out invites, which we can. But we could either do that, we could scroll through Instagram a little bit and look for people together. I could look under the exact same hashtag and see if I could find people with you. I'm willing to help in any way. But I think that's about it. Did you have any questions that I confused you on anything on like techniques?
No, it was all pretty straightforward and got some good notes. So.
Okay, and so you've been kind of doing that, right? And you were looking under, you had your own little special hashtag that you found a couple people, right?
Yeah. Yeah, anything with like Via Ferrata or hiking and stuff like that. Yeah. Camping.
Hiking's good. You get a lot of people, I mean, it's anywhere in the world. So you just have to just scroll through, and there's a lot of photographers that are just posting amazing pictures. But it definitely takes time. But I mean, you run out of that warm market pretty fast. So you just have to keep looking for people. And Instagram is where it's at. I look back at, the other thing I do is my little filing system. I have sales, tab for sales. And if it's a challenge pack sale, I write their name down. I write their name down, date, what they ordered, and every single month I start a brand new page. So what I can do is, like, if they say, well, okay, I'll sign up, but I want to make sure I cancel my Shakeology immediately. I'll be like, okay, I'll send you out a reminder. So I write their name down. I write down cancel Shakeology with a question mark. So I remember to reach out to them. And of course, we want our customers to get the best results, and we want to reach out to them. So I usually wait about a week to 10 days after they've placed their order, and I'll check to see if they've received it. And then of course within a few days of them being able to try Shakeology, I'm always like, hey, just checking to see if you've started drinking your Shakeology yet. Are you noticing that it's giving you more energy, less cravings, helping you feel fuller longer, that type of thing? Because I know some coaches kind of forget about that. And then later they're like, well, shoot, I just saw a Shakeology ship. I don't know if she's even drinking it. It's good to stay on top of that. So if they really are enjoying it and then they say, but how much is it? That's when you could always offer the coach discount. And some people are better customers. Some people are better coaches for the discount or for a working coach. But yeah, I keep track of everything. I've got a file in my drawer for 5 years worth of a page for every month. And when a new program comes out, sometimes I'll pull the whole stack out and I'll just dig and dig and dig. And I'll go, oh, she loves Shanti. I better reach out to her. It's been 3 years since she was a customer or in my group, but like I'm a pen and paper type of person. So that's what helps me find it. But anyways, how would you like to finish our power hour?
I mean, it's really up to you.
I know we both had a rough day and we were like, maybe we'll just cancel. And maybe we'll just do it Thursday. Maybe we'll just not at all. We can be finished. I just hoping that I can figure out how to save this recording and be able to share it in the group. And then if anybody needs help with learning how to do like Instagram or just the one-on-one help with like messaging people, the key is to not be salesy, but to be friendly and just build those relationships and friendships and be a professional friend maker. That's what we are. So again, like Kelly, if I didn't like you,
I'd be out.
I mean, what's there not to like, right? But anyways, and I know some of the girls might not have an Instagram. Some of our newer coaches might not have an Instagram, or if they do, it's not connected to their Facebook. I do everything through Instagram just because that's what I understand. I just start with Instagram and I have them linked so that everything goes straight over. And then through there you can add music, you can add little GIFs, and you can do hashtags. We need a whole training on hashtags. I found an app that I downloaded a while back. It's called the Plan app, PLANN. And I had a free 30-day trial. And during that free 30-day trial, I set up groups of hashtags for my posts. And then once my 30-day trial ended, I can't do that anymore. And I looked the other day, I think it's $12.99 a month. It's up there, but I think it's worth it. So for example, I have a whole entire set of hashtags. You can use up to 30. So I have one that just says hiking West Virginia. And you type in the word hiking and it'll give you all kinds of ideas of whether it's the very most popular, like the word hiking is going to be the most popular hashtag ever. So if you use just the word hiking, your post might not ever get seen. But if you use like mountain views, or I used hiking West Virginia, hiking time, hiking views, hiking trails, get outside and play, West Virginia living, outdoor style. But the way it works is I can just go to this app and I just choose whether I want hiking West Virginia or if I want fitness attire. My fitness attire, let me see, what do I even have? I have outfit of the day, my look, workout fashion, workout clothes. Today I'm wearing this, currently wearing. I don't even know where I found those hashtags, but whenever you go on that website, you can find them. So whenever you post something, the second you post it on Instagram, you go straight over to this app and you can just hit copy on whichever one of these tags you want. I've got My Tribe, Mindset, Dinner. I've even got one for Shakeology that just has like chocolate, milkshake, superfoods, vitamins. So you just hit copy, and then you can go to your Instagram, and in the comments, you can just hit paste, and boom, you've got like 25 hashtags in the comments just like that. But I'm going to actually pay for that app because I want to learn a lot more about it, because there's a lot of really good things on there that I need to learn. But
yeah, right now I just have hashtag saved in my notes, and
okay,
I mean it's pretty much the same thing, but the problem is you can't search new ones in notes. So
right. Exactly. Yeah, I recommend whenever things are calm, if that ever happens in your life, and you actually say like, oh, I know you don't ever get snowed in, but if you're like, oh, I'm going to get, I'm staying home all weekend, I'm just going to chillax. Oh, I think I'll download this app and figure it out. And then even if you did it for the 1 free month trial, you can make yourself like columns and columns of hashtags, and you can like play around with it. You can look at other coaches that like have tons of likes on their posts, and you can go, oh, I never thought of that. So instead of like just going hashtag Shakeology, hashtag Beachbody, hashtag, like, that's not how we find our people. We find our people by saying, like hashtag outfit of the day, or hashtag like don't put me down for cardio, things like that. And that's something I'm learning more about, is the hashtags. I need to get better with that.
Yeah. One I got from you, a good idea from you, was you did, what was it, 40 is the new 20s or something?
Oh, yeah.
And so I did 30 is the new 20s.
Yeah.
And I started following that one, so.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. You can follow hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
I used to follow state parks. So I followed them, and then I'd see posts come up, but it didn't end up. State parks is not where it's at when you're trying to find people, because once again, people, oops, I hit something on my computer. People go to those for free. So yeah. What did I click on my screen? Okay, here we go. We're back up. All right. Well, I will let you go. I will figure out how to save this recording. We're going to consider this a practice, and hopefully you'll sit down for the next like 20, 30 minutes and just go ahead and send some invites out, since that's what we were really going to work on. But at least you have an idea of how to find more people, and like maybe go on Facebook when we're finished, or Instagram, and find like 5 new people on each platform to follow or friend request, and then write them down, so that if they follow you back, like Facebook's different. If they follow you back, then you go and you like a couple of their posts. Mm-hmm. Instagram, if they follow you back, then you can like reach out to them. Sometimes I reach out to them even if they don't follow me back. I've had people that I've followed for years on Instagram, and they didn't follow me back, but I just kept loving on their posts. And then finally one day, all of a sudden they followed me back and reached out to me, and they were like, hey, oh my God. And then now they're in my group. So
nice.
Yeah. I'm very patient. I would say I'm not going anywhere. So, all right. Well, I'm so glad you showed up. I love seeing you.
I'm glad I did too. It was nice. I'm like so exhausted, but it was nice to talk to somebody. I haven't talked to anybody all day except for Scott, and he's not here. So he had to go to work, and naturally they've held him over. So
of course. So you just got stuck with me.
Ugh, what a shame.
I know, right? Well, now that we know that, because I've never used this before, so I guess it's going to be something that we can talk on for more than 45 minutes and get cut off.
Yeah.
And then we can start doing some more of those calls to coaching on here.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good idea. And I know Alicia was interested in coaching at some point. just not right now because of
Okay.
everything going on in her life. And then
Understandable.
I've reached out to another girl who on Instagram that I've been following for a while. We've been, going back and forth for
Yeah.
probably about 6 months, with just like different stories and stuff like that. And so yeah, I finally reached out to her about coaching, and she said not right now, but she also asked questions about it, which I'm taking as a good sign. So
What you're saying is there's a chance.
exactly. So we're still just going back and forth, but she just got back to the United States and they should be here for a while. So
Cool. Well, you never know. Well, now that we did this for practice, and hopefully we can do another one of those, maybe even the end of the month. I'd like to do one every single month, and just kind of like what we did last time, just everybody just talk for 5 minutes, and then I'll break down the compensation plan, and then hopefully we'll have 10 minutes left for them to ask questions.
yeah, that was nice. And yeah, now that we have this platform, that might be better
Yeah.
for that.
That might be better if we can get everybody to figure out how to join and everything.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it was pretty simple. I just downloaded the app and then just clicked on the link that you sent. So
easy enough then.
yeah.
I mean, it was easy for me. My husband just downloaded the app on my computer, and then my daughter came in and
Fixed it. Fixed everything.
basically, because I was like, where's me? I'm not in there. All right, well, I will let you go. My voice is hoarse just from talking loud in my little tiny office. I feel like I'm yelling, so I've got this hoarse voice, but I'm not sick. You won't get sick from me.
Well, it's a good thing we're more than 6 feet apart.
All right, I should have stopped recording like 10 minutes ago. So I'll tell everybody just to watch the first 20 minutes.
They'll just get a nice little show at the end.
Exactly. All right. Well, you have a wonderful evening, and message me if you have any questions on invites or hashtags or anything like that. Let me know what kind of luck you have.
Yeah, will do.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, dear.
Alrighty. Have a good night.
Love you. Have a good evening.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.